I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can't do.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, June the 9th races at Hastings. We do have 8 races on tap. 4 of them are added money events, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looks like a great card. The weatherman looks like he'll cooperate, which is great because we
need that.
Yeah, we have
It's
a lot of the
an outdoor
top
sport.
horses. We have a lot of the top horses at Hastings running. Nice to see him on a fast strip. It looks like a great day. Line up to be a really good one. Get out there and have some pops and bet on the races.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Let's get into the first half of the double. First of 8 on the program. Got some non-3 Colts and Geldings here, in for a claiming price of $4,000. Not the most gifted runners on the track, but they still try as hard as they can and entertain everyone. I'm going to go with the one, Minstrel's Time. Pretty impressed with his debut run this year. Jeff Birmingham kind of got slouted a little bit away from the gate on this horse line. It wasn't Jeff's fault. That just happened, and this horse got a little farther back than what I know they would like to have had him, but he was a clear second. I think he wins the money. I put the 2 Chapel Boy. Nice win at the non-2 level, but this is tougher, obviously. And I got him in for second, and I put Joshua. I wanted to put Joshua Jet Fuel actually on top. I was trying because there's just no speed in the race. This horse was out there near a hot pace. Just got photoed at a third by Dillwyn, and just didn't get to run his race. And I thought the horse showed quite a bit of courage finishing where he did. So I put him in for third, though. I wanted to put him higher, but I went 1, 2, and 4.
I got exactly the same horse. I see it the same way. Like Minstrel's Time ran into a tough no to sell last time, who came back and won. Chapel Boy ran a bang-up race, goes into the non-3 level. It's a logical next step for him. I put Dillwyn in for third, though. Ran a good race against Dog Rock, Ray's Reno. That was a big field, and in a shorter field, a little less problems. Amadeo Perez could definitely get him into the money. I got 1, 2, and 5. On to the second, the Emerald Downs for 3-year-old fillies.
Yes, first to 4 stakes.
First to 4 stakes. I went to number 4, I Think So. Speaking of I Think So, I think that was one of the more impressive races at Hastings this year. I think the 2 most impressive races were her first start here and Herbie D's first start here. We'll see Herbie D later on in the card. I got I Think So on top. She was running at the end, too. I don't see anybody that can beat her. I got Gold Strike Glory, who a very nice filly in her own right, but was no match for my top pick when they met. And I got Temperate Steel, who just ran good in a nice optional 35. Nice closing trip under Amadeo Perez. And I think maybe she'll be right at the end. She might get up for third. I got 4, 1, and 3.
Yeah, I see it the same way. I was really impressed with the 4, I think. So this horse she's a quality filly, and just, I think the 1 Gold Strike Glory is really nice too. And I think she was maybe taken out of her running. They rated her, and I think they'll just go. Goes on the Lasix program, obviously bled last time. So, I mean, there could be more in the tank for Gold Strike Glory. So I just think they'll change tactics and go instead of giving, I Think So, the lead. So it might make things a little bit closer, and the weight's always an issue. I went 4, 1, and then I put I Want a Duster in for third. Someone's got to run third, but I like 4 and 1. It's 4, 1, 1, 4. So I think those are your horses, but I went 4, 1, and 5. On to the third, a second stakes race of the day. This is the River Rock Casino, named after the beautiful casino over in Richmond, owned by a great Canadian. But a field of 6 horses in here, and I've gone to the 4-horse Major Dundee. Comes out of a tough allowance race against older horses. That was a tough non-2, non-3. And this horse had nothing going.
He had a lot of trouble in that race.
Nothing go his way. He got shuffled back in spots.
Had to wait a long time
to run. He wasn't clear. And this is a nice colt. He beat Proud Victor 2 starts back. I say he does it again. I think those are your top 2. I put the 2 Tracker in for third. He's better than that last race shows. It was a sloppy track. He didn't care for the footing at all. I know Richard came back, the horse was trying, but he wasn't going anywhere. But he gets on a fast racing strip, and I think that'll help him a lot. So I went 4, 5, and 2.
I agree. I got Major Dundee on top, Proud Victor in second. I put Ruby's Victory in for third, the Milton Palmer horse. He ran a bang-up race last time in that optional 35 against Stole It. He made a nice move on the turn and just opened up on those horses. So there might be more in the tank for him. He looks like a promising little 3-year-old. I don't know how good he is, but he looked awfully good that day. So I put him in for third. I got 4, 5, and 1. On to the fourth, the Sir Winston Churchill, 3-year-olds and up, going 1 mile and a 16th. The older boys get to stretch their legs and go out long. which had me leaning against Herbie D. But that last race was so impressive. He's shown he can get the distance in the past. He's on a heck of a roll. And he just looks super good right now. So I'm taking Herbie D on top. I put Devil in Disguise. The added distance is definitely going to work into his hand. He could make a lot more noise in here. I was disappointed in his race last time, run 5th. But going long, if he's on his game, he could definitely maybe run down Herbie D. And the third spot, I put Senior Rojo. Breaks from the 2-hole in behind Herbie D. He's going to get over to that rail that he loves. Hamill will have him rolling late. And who knows, he could get up there as well. Yeah. I think he's sitting on a big one as well. It's a nice field. I left out like Wilo Cat's coming off a nice win. Shrug ran second the last stake. I left them out. I went 1, 3, and 2.
Yeah, I agree with Herbie D. I think the pace scenario is going to be favorable for him. Not that he needs a 49.5, but I think he might get something quite comfortable. I think Shrug is in a position, the 5-horse, to really go after him.
Go with him,
because he has to take care of his business before he can get him out on the 16th. So he's got to relax. So I just don't see the pace scenario being hot enough to set anyone up big time from off the pace. That Herbie D's a quality horse. He can probably run the way he's running. I mean, he can run 45 fractions and keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a cool horse. I put Senior Rojo in for second. I think the stretch out will help him. He's had 3 races this year. He's the one sitting on the big effort. He finally gets to stretch out. Same with the 4 Wilo Cat. I put him in for third. He's had 3 sprint runs and he's been just crying out to go long. I think the 2 and 4 are interchangeable, but I think those 2 horses will get a lot of, they should get some respect at the windows, and they should put maybe a scare into Herbie D. I went 1, 2, and 4 in the Sir Winston Churchill. On to the 5th race. Got some maiden special weight runners. Got a full field of 11 scheduled to run, going 6.5. This is kick off the late pick 4. I've gone to the 5-horse. Leo's in the house. Kind of an obvious pick. Ran second to Shootin' Jack last time, and it showed a little versatility in his running style, and that was kind of cool. This horse went to the front end first time out, and then sat off of it and made a run. And I thought ran a very good race. So I'm going to try Leo's in the house to win it. I put the 6 Stone Ridge Storm, who showed quite a bit of talent in his second start. Obviously, he's got a lot of ability, but he's also got some quirks about him, too. He's been a real fidgety guy in the paddock. He got loose on parade and was scratched once about a month ago or a month and a half ago. So he's a little high-strung, but he can run. And I've got him in for second. I put the 9 Rebus in for third. Didn't get a great trip at all. Still managed to fight on to be 4th, which I thought was quite admirable considering the poor trip that he had. So I'm going to go 5, 6, and 9.
I went to the 10, Qatar's Pearl, out of the Rob Gilker barn. This is a horse that earlier in his career was competitive in maiden special weights at Santa Anita. He was claimed for $50,000 and then ran in the Derby last year and had a horrible trip in the Derby. He broke bad and then went flying up 5 or 6 wide, challenged up the lead and just got tired. He's been training forwardly for this. He looks like the horse to me. I put Leo's in the house in the 2nd spot, and for the reasons you mentioned, an improving horse too, 4th first time out. Just got unlucky to moved a little early to get caught by Shooting Jacket last time. And the 3rd spot I put Step Up, claimed by Anita Bolton off Tony Cloutier last time. And she's very good off the claim. The work pattern kind of puzzles me a little bit, but I put him in for 3rd. I got 10, 5, and 11, and got a couple of those outside horses in there, yes. On to the 6, 3-year-olds and up, non-2 allowance. A lot of good. This is almost like your co-feature for the 3-year-old stake race. There is some older horses in here, but there's some very promising 3-year-olds in here. I went to one of them. I went to the 9 Bridge Jumper out of the Troy Taylor barn. First start of the year last time, went on the lead, just got a little tired, got run down by Proud Victor. With a start under his belt, I think he can be very dangerous in here. In the 2nd spot, I put El Capone, bang up a hard-charging second to Stratify, who was well-meant in the this race last time. And the 3rd spot, I put Stole It. Horse who wired him in his first start, then broke bad, relaxed, and made a nice run. I think he got a lot out of that race last time. So I think he can make some noise in here. I got 9, 6, and 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the 9 Bridge Jumper as well, but I'm not. This is a race that you need, I think, 4 or 5 horses. So you're playing to pick 4. This is not a race
I left out some nice horses.
Yeah, I left out Ruffy Joe, who I liked last time. I know he's got a poor draw. Bridge Jumper's a 3-year-old running his older horses. He's got a tough draw. I've gone to Bridge Jumper. He ran a big race against Proud Victor off a big year layoff, and you know, he could be dangerous if he can clear and get the lead. But that'll be the key to success for him if he gets the lead.
Race could be won or lost in the first quarter mile.
I put the 4-horse Brass and Gold in for second. This horse had a brutal trip, 3 and 4 wide the whole race. He still kept boxing on. Got 16, and he got beat a length and a half or something for second, and he was wide the whole race. He had no luck with the trip. He had no position. And El Capone got a good draw, or a good trip early. He went wide on the final turn, but this horse was wide the whole race. And I don't know, Brass and Gold I thought was worth following, and same as the 6 El Capone. This horse is in good form, going to get a good pace to run at, got some speed in here. Like I said, we got Amazing Rozzy with speed. Stole It will probably show more speed with a better beginning. The 7, Step Up for the Money, and Ruffy Joe. There's going to be some speed in here, Twist Grips even.
Yeah.
So it could set up some closers. I went 9, 4, and this is a race I just didn't have a strong opinion on, but I went 9, 4, and 6. On the 7th race, this is the Sun Handicap, fillies and mares going a mile and a 16th. Got a strong opinion on this one. It's either the 5 or the 6, I think.
Yeah.
Overvalued and Evelyn's Dancer. I've gone to Evelyn's Dancer, but she is paying the penalty for winning all these races. She is carrying 126 pounds now, and overvalued at 118. So things are shifting around. That's a big.
8 pounds is a pretty big swing. It's
and
first
there was
time
5
long, yeah.
5 last time. Now it's 8. So 3 pounds is can change things. But she's been winning pretty easy. She went by a comfortable half length last time. But still the weight issue. I think you need them both. Dance the Wind. If they get too involved in each other and get a little silly trying to not let either one get away, then Dance the Wind. She's in top form. She ran 2 big races this year, and you know, she'll like the extra distance as well. I went 5, 6, and 1.
I got the same top 2. They're the obvious picks in here. Evelyn's Dancer overvalued. I put Heidi Marie in for 3rd. I thought she ran a much better race last time. Was way more involved. Only got beat a couple lengths, and sprinting is not her gig. She definitely wants to go long.
She's a nice mare.
So I got her in the 3rd spot. She should make some noise in here too under Richard Hamill. I went 6, 5, and 7, but Mike's right. The 6 and the 5 are the two to keep an eye on in there for sure. On to the nightcap, the 8th, Maiden 5 for fillies and mares. And I've gone to the 9 Classic Cheese. Horse out of the Barb Harris Barn that had kind of a funny trip last time. Broke okay, got taken back to last, and then made a huge move at the end. Ran kind of greenly. Showed quite a bit of talent for this level. And with a clean trip and a nice run at the end, I can't see Classic Cheese getting beat. I put Richly Romantic in for 2nd. I don't see a whole lot of pace in here. And if Robert Skelly gets Richly Romantic out of the gate, gets on the lead, he might be able to dictate the pace. We have talked about how the track has been playing lately. Don't leave speed out, because an inferior horse could win a race because they get on the lead and the way the track is playing. And the 3rd spot, I put the 1 Miss Heatheridge. Just 1 start at 2, came back, first start at 3 at this level, and ran into a very well-meant Forever Me, but was the best of the rest, and it wouldn't surprise me to see Miss Heatheridge make some noise in here. I got 1 in the 3rd spot. I went 9, 3, and 1.
Yeah, I've got the same 3 horses. I went to the 1 on top, though, Miss Heatheridge. Pretty impressive. This horse got in a little bit of trouble on the final turn. It's not noted in the comment lines, but this horse kind of got shuffled. It wasn't really a check, but it kind of got shuffled back, intimidated, switched leads on the turn to her outside lead just because of the check. Or the brief steady or intimidation, and then she got rolling late. She come through between horses like a pro, and I got to go to Miss Heatheridge to win. I think the 1's live. I put the 3 Richly Romantic in for 2nd, and the 9 Classic Cheese, who better show a little bit more speed in for 3rd, especially in 11-horse field. But still, I like those 3 horses. They all coming off of good efforts last time. They all showed some ability. They all look like they're progressing and moving in the right way. And I think those are your 3 horses. I went 1, 3, and 9 to close out the Sunday program. That'll do it for the analysis of the Sunday program, for the Sunday, June the 9th program. Up next on screen will be our quick recap of our picks for the Sunday races. Back in race number 1, I went to the 1 Minstrel's Time. I went 1, 2, and 4. And the 2nd race went to the 4, I think so, 4, 1, and 5. 3rd race number 4, Major Dundee, 4, 5, and 2. And the 4th race number 1, RBD, 1, 2, 4. Race number 5, the 5, Leo's in the house, 5, 6, 9. Race number 6, the 9, Bridge Jumper over the 4 and 6. In the 7th race, the Sun Handicap, the 6, Evelyn's Dancers over the 5 overvalued. I went 6, 5, and 1. Then the 8th, I went to the 1, Miss Heatheridge over the 3 and 9.
And up next will be my picks. There we go. I agree with Mike on the early pick 4.
Yeah, we're close.
I went with the 1 Minstrel's Time in the 1st over the 2 and the 5. The 4 in the second, I think so, over the 1 and the 3. The 4 in the third, Major Dundee, over the 5 and the 1. And the 1, Herbie D, in the fourth, over the 3 and the 2. In the fifth, I went a little bit different. I went to the 10, Qatar's Pearl, over the 5 and the 11. And then right back to Mike for the next two. Number 9, Bridge Jumper in the 6th, over the 6th and the 2. Yes, it is. They're famous for a reason in most of these races. In the 7th, I went to the 6, Evelyn's Dancer, over the 5 and the 7. And the nightcap, I went to the 9, Classic Cheese. I like Classic Cheese a lot, over the 3 and the 1.
All right, that'll do it for the Sunday, June the 9th edition of Handicappers Corner here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Well, thank you, everyone for tuning in. Hopefully, we've given you a little insight into the Sunday program. Don't forget, racing resumes next Friday. We're another Friday, Saturday, Sunday schedule for the following week.
Yep.
Should be a lot of fun this weekend. Enjoy Belmont
weekend,
Day,
and of course our Sunday card here is definitely get out and try and watch that.
If you can't make it to the track, get out here to the Derby Bar and Grill. Chef Andy's always got something good going on the grill, so come on out to the Derby Bar and Grill if you can't make it out to the track. On behalf of Drew, thanks for tuning in to Handicappers Corner, and we'll see you next week.
Do this here in the Telegraph. For Paul Revere, I'll fight. I hear his foot's all right.